last lecture we have seen designing of the reservoir capacity. Reservoir capacity is designed by knowing the catchment yield, reservoir yield. That we have seen different definitions of these terms: catchment yield and reservoir yield. This is the overview. The long range runoff from a catchment is known as the yield of the catchment. The quantity of water which is stored on upstream side of the dam, that is yield of the catchment. So for this, 1 year period is considered for determining the yield value, yield of the catchment. The catchment yield that is expressed in million hectare meter or million meter cube. It is the total yearly runoff. It is expressed as the volume of water entering the outlet point of the catchment. That is known as catchment yield. The volume of water passing the outlet point of the catchment. How much the runoff is there? Total yearly runoff, maximum runoff throughout the year, that is calculated. That is known as catchment yield. The reservoir yield is the amount of water that can be drawn from a reservoir in any specified time interval. That is known as reservoir yield. So from this we draw mass curve of inflow and mass curve of outflow. Then calculate the dependable yield or design yield, firm yield or safe yield, secondary yield. These are the various terms related to finding the reservoir capacity. Then steps involved in the finding the reservoir capacity. That is depending upon the dependable yield. What are the steps involved? First, we calculate the water demand is computed from the crop water requirement. Then water demand which is required to supply the water for domestic purpose, for the cities, towns, and for industrial purpose, and for irrigation purpose. So in that, the first step to calculate the water demand by considering the all requirements. Then reservoir losses are calculated, which are about reservoir losses are calculated, which are about 15% of the water demand. Then they are added to obtain the live storage required to meet the given demand. Then day storage is calculated. That is added to live storage to obtain the gross storage. Gross storage is equal to live storage plus day storage. From that, the reservoir capacity is assessed, is determined by lesser of the values of gross storage and dependable yield of the reservoir. This reservoir capacity is calculated using day storage level, day storage required, calculation of the day storage, then relation between inflow, outflow, and storage data for a reservoir. Inflow minus outflow is the increase in storage. Increase in the reservoir storage is equal to inflow minus outflow. Then determination of reservoir capacity with the help of mass curves of inflow and outflow. The graph is drawn between discharge versus time. That is known as flow hydrograph, and mass inflow curve is drawn. This is a graph versus accumulated flow versus time. And again, mass outflow curve is drawn between the mass outflow, accumulated outflow, and the time in years. This is the mass outflow curve. Then determining the reservoir capacity for given demand. In given demand, from the given demand, how to calculate the reservoir capacity. Mass curve of inflow and the demand line can be used to determine the required storage capacity. In previous lecture, we have seen how to draw the mass inflow curve and mass outflow curve. This is the mass outflow curve, demand line. The graph between mass outflow and time. This is a demand line, which is straight line. Sometimes it may be parabolic, demand curve, outflow curve. Similar parent, mass inflow curve, mass outflow curve. How to determine the reservoir capacity by knowing the dependable yield and mass inflow curve and mass outflow curve. इथपर्यंत काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे का? काय अडचण असेल तर विचारा. Any problem? You can unmute yourself, then you can ask. Shall we go further? Next is determining reservoir capacity for a given demand. From the mass curve of inflow and demand line, you can determine the storage capacity of the reservoir. This is a graph of mass inflow curve, is shown in hectares, is plotted on y-axis, mass inflow, and time in years from 1950 to 1956. This is a demand line with slope 2000 hectare meters per year. 1 year, the slope 2000 hectare meters. For 1 year, 2000 hectare meters, mass inflow is there. The slope here on this graph, the maximum ordinate at V1, C1, then rest notations are given. First, how to draw this graph? The demand lines drawn tangent to the high points A1, A2, A3 of the mass curve. Already आपण mass inflow को आधीच्या लेक्चर में पाहिलं आहे, mass inflow curve. So it is parabolic. This is mass inflow curve, म्हणजे parabolic curve आहे. त्याला tangent काढलेला आहे at point A1, A2 and A3. So tangent is drawn at points A1, A2, A3 up to number of areas, number of A's. Mass curve represent the rate of withdrawal from a reservoir. So in this image, A1, this is the curve. The tangent is drawn here at A1, A2. Next, at A3. A2 and A3 then were. So tangent dotted line shows the tangent line. First tangent line is drawn to after plotting the mass inflow curve. The tangent is drawn at A1, A2 and A3 of the mass curve, which represent the rate of withdrawal from a reservoir. The rate of withdrawal is how much what is withdrawn from a reservoir. Assuming the reservoir to be full whenever the demand line intersect the mass curve at points F1 and F2. Reservoir full कधी समजायचं आहे? When the uh, water is stored in the reservoir is said to be full. Reservoir is said to be full when this demand line intersects the mass curve at points F1 and F2. This graph it is shown. F1 इथे intersect झालं पहा. A1 त्यानंतर F1 या कर्वला इथे intersect झालं. That indicates the point at which the reservoir is full. Reservoir in full condition. The water level is maximum. Again at F2 here also this dotted line is intersected at F2, F1 and F2, point at which reservoir is full. समजलं F1 F2 कसं plot केलं? The tangent line which intersects this curve at point F1 and F2, that points are considered as point at which reservoir is in full condition. Then the maximum departure V1 C1 V2 C2 between the two curves represent the reservoir capacity just required to satisfy the demand. V1 C1 in this here it is shown. V1 C1 depth from C1 to V1, again B2 to C2. So this indicates the reservoir capacity. Two curves represent the reservoir capacity just required to satisfy the demand. Demand satisfy करण्यासाठी how much the demand V1 C1. This demand is to be satisfied. B2 C2. The tangent line is drawn. The demand line is slope 200 hectometers per year. This indicates the reservoir capacity.